Welcome to a day in my life, working in remote tech sales, living the remote lifestyle early in my 20s. And I'm excited to share this day with you. Today is Saturday, and I just got a new Airbnb for a few weeks here in November just to work and get away from all the noise, just a little getaway trip. I love to open up my laptop right when I wake up. And what I'm doing right now is just going through a course on diet that I've been trying to get through, really trying to optimize, and I'm excited to share a little bit of tips that I have as I go about my day here. It's about 7:30 and I just did a little bit of work and now I'm just ready to get out of bed. First thing I'm about to do is just draw these curtains here. Let's get it. Now, I don't want to be this cliche self-improvement YouTuber, but the next thing I'm going to do here is make my bed. Next thing I'm doing is getting some water, and this is so important because we don't know how dehydrated we get overnight, and we don't really drink anything for like 7 to 8 hours, and we don't feel as dehydrated as we really are. So it's very important to just chug some water first thing in the morning. Now, this is my first very important habit. I love to get straight into some positive reading honestly anything that inspires me for the day.
This one doesn't have a cover, but it is called The Ancient Scrolls, 10 Ancient Scrolls for Success by O.G. Mandino. This is a good sales and just in general success principles about habits and stuff. The reason it doesn't have a cover is because it's a very little known book and I had to buy it used because they don't really sell it new. Spin selling, if you're in sales or if you're interested in getting into sales, this is the best book for high level, like understanding what actually works in sales based on this guy, Neil Rackman, analyzed over 35,000 top reps that were successful. And he basically just talks about the main things that are actually successful in sales. This one is by my friends at 30 Minutes to Peak Club. Cold calling sucks. And this is just the best practical way to get good at making calls to people. If you're in remote sales or interested in that, this is really a book that will give you some understanding there.
After a little bit of reading, I'm going to jump straight into a meditation. And this is typical stuff for self-improvement, but this is something I really am consistent at and really is important to me. It's one of those small things that compounds over time. And it's difficult to see like the returns on doing it one time, but over the course of doing it incrementally, time and time again, whether you do it twice or just once in the morning, it really has a massive impact on your focus and your well-being and sense of just happiness in general. We're brushing the teeth now, just freshening up. Always use that fluoride-free toothpaste. I don't trust fluoride. I don't know all the science behind it, but I just know it's bad. This brand Hello is a great one that has no fluoride and it helps make your teeth whiter too. That's all I know about it, but it's good enough for me.
I am going to hit the gym today, but I'd really just like to do a quick rinse off in the mornings just because it opens my pores up and just wakes me up and helps me not look like I have bedhead all day.
Now that I'm fresh and ready for the day, it's time to make some coffee and do what's called swallow the frog, which each day after, my few non-negotiable habits in the morning, like meditation, reading, shower, get ready, I like to do a little bit of work with coffee and do the biggest task that's the hardest for me to get done, or the most important thing to get done that day. Today, it's kind of two things. It's this video, which I'm doing right now, but it's also, I just moved into this Airbnb for a bit, so I need to find a nice gym nearby that I can get back on my gym grind with. It's a little bit colder up here in Canada. Normally I'm from New York, so I'm putting on a hoodie just because I'm not used to as chilly as it is, but it's still nice enough to sit outside with the coffee. So looking forward to that. Being on the go and traveling, you always gotta find your new groove and setup and routine as you kind of get used to the new environment. It's one of the things that I really like about working remote though, because it allows me to experience a lot of new things and, just not be tied to one location and And honestly, what allows me to do this and have weekends like this in different places and work throughout the week in different places is being in remote tech sales, which I have other videos on, but it's one of the things that have really improved my lifestyle and helped me build skills and have really just helped me kind of just get my life on track, not knowing what I was gonna do after college. It got a little windy, so I came inside. I just wanted to say something about, a lot of people ask me why I travel alone, why I like to go places alone and who I'm going with. And they ask me all these questions thinking that it's kind of like odd that I'm spending time by myself or going on a trip by myself. I think that the people who ask me this are missing the point of why I like to be alone sometimes. And it's because I completely have no friends and I want to live in a cave. No, I'm just kidding. But they ask me this and in their mind, I think it's like, they think of travel and trips to like go have fun and go party and go out. And yeah, there's a time and a place for that. But honestly, it's nice to get away from the cycle of, I used to go out all the time and go out on the weekends, and I was kind of stuck in a cycle where I was partying all the time after college and throughout college. I started to not feel like I was getting ahead. I started to feel like I was falling into like just the average mediocre life path, and it scared me. And so as uncomfortable as it is, I started to do that less, and I started to say no to friends. And honestly, I felt better just spending more time alone. And there's a time and a place for going out and partying, and don't get me wrong, I do that in moderation now, but I really feel like taking a solo getaway trip and just getting ahead, focusing on your goals, getting better and not falling into, you know, the same cycle of habits that I was in the past. I think that's kind of the reason why I do trips like this. And for people that don't really understand that, you know, that they might just be on a different level of self-growth or something, but that's really why I am completely okay and honestly value being alone for periods of time. All right, we gotta head to the gym. Let's kick it. I found a good one. We're gonna go in there. We're gonna get like a 1 month pass since I'm here for 3 weeks. We're gonna rip it. We just had a bomb-ass workout, a new place, signed up for a couple weeks, and we'll be good. I got everything I need there. On Saturdays, on the weekend, you probably saw that I did a bunch of different kind of exercises. I didn't really follow any specific plan. I just did what I felt like it. And there's something to that. During the week, I do basically like pairs of muscles. One day I do back and biceps, one day I do triceps, and chest. One day I do legs and shoulders, right? But on the weekends, it's more just to keep the habit going. So I don't tie myself to a specific muscle group. If I want to rip biceps, I'll do biceps. If I was really feeling pull-ups, I'll do pull-ups. And this way I just have a good time on the weekends, and it's easier to get to the gym and keep the joy in the habit, which is very important. You could be super strict and strategic about your workouts and hit it every time, but if you just enjoy it every now and then and really just do what you feel like, it's much easier to keep the habit and the momentum going. And that's kind of my strategy for the weekend, guys. But about to go re-up on some steak and some eggs and see what else is in the grocery stores here. Let's get it. Let's get some food.
boom, we're back from the gym. It was a great session. Let's open up the fridge. I got some pineapple juice, fresh squeeze, and I'm pulling out the oats. I like to have, with blueberries and raspberries, some nice protein oats. This is good for post, but also pre-gym before you work out. Fruit gives you a lot of energy, and protein helps with muscle growth as well as creatine, which my goal is muscle growth right now. So I'm washing these up just real quick, and the reason I use pea protein, which is a plant-based protein, is because it's just easier on my digestive system. There's a lot of proteins that don't really sit well. Creatine, great for muscle growth. Throwing the fruit in here, this is going to give me a nice kick after the workout, and it's just an easy thing to get the protein in instead of chugging the shake, which can be a little powdery. And then some nice fruit juice. As I was filming this, I was thinking back as to what was the biggest thing that helped me make the most progress in life, and realizing that it was me having a sense of urgency and getting that by realizing how short of a time we have on this planet, and realizing what am I going to think when I'm on my deathbed? Am I going to wish I took those risks and just went all in, or am I going to wish that I just lived a kind of mediocre life?
All right, guys, so I've done some work. I've chilled out a bit. It is Saturday, so I do want to treat myself. I'm cooking up on the grill out here. I just turned it on. I'm about to chef up some of this chicken that I got from the store nearby. Boom, look at that. It is pre-seasoned, but up here they got really good quality meat. Like, I know this is good stuff, and I'm trying to eat the highest quality stuff lately. Not kind of like the generic packaging, just because I think investing in your diet just directly correlates with the amount of energy you have, the amount of output that you can put into your work. And I think it's a high investment. Like, it's a very high ROI investment because you are what you eat. Let's not get cringe here, but it's really true. And there's a book that I've been reading called The Metaphysical Diet, which really talks about how much the food has been genetically modified, how the corporations have brainwashed us to think that we're supposed to eat things that are completely modified by humans and really not good for the body to digest. I used to lack a purpose in life and just kind of go with the flow of this like script of where we end up, like going to college. They don't teach us really to like think about what we want to do. And I think the power comes with when I like realized all this stuff is when I got stuck in a job that I was just kind of going through the motions of life, wasn't really living with intention. I was stuck doing work that I didn't really enjoy, and that's what I deserved. I hadn't planned or thought about what I wanted to do, right? And as soon as I started living with intention and started writing down what I wanted in life, what I wanted to do, I was able to kind of attract the right people and the right information toward me that led me to things that allowed me to live the life I want to live. I'm able to travel because I now work remotely, and I'm working in remote sales, which allows me to build skills as I value my freedom. Sales has really helped me just level up my finances, level up my freedom, help me just spend time like this and on getaways where I can chill away from all the noise in my hometown, away from all that stuff, and just really spend time thinking and just spending time alone, journaling, meditating, and like, this is how you get ahead, I think. I love grilling, and I love that this place has a grill. Perfect with my diet. I eat a ton of meat, a ton of eggs, fruit, protein, and I keep it simple, and I don't really like to eat things that are like processed, like, you know, wheat thins or crackers or anything that's like in a box. Best thing you can do, in my opinion, is eat food that we have eaten since thousands and thousands of years ago and have evolved as humans to eat. What was around during our primal caveman days? It was like killed animals, right? We ate animals for food. We had veggies and fruit nearby, but nobody was eating like wheat thins or like cereal, right? Stuff like this, what I wish I knew a long time ago. Stuff like this just really messes up your body and doesn't help you. It gives you brain fog, and your body it has like a question mark on your stomach. It's like, doesn't really know how to process this kind of stuff. I used to not know what it felt like to feel at peak performance, like mentally, to feel what it felt like to have energy. At one point I was eating the processed in college, eating the processed like chicken pot pies that were frozen, and I was putting that in a microwave. Like, oh my God. I never understood what it felt like to just go a week with only clean food that your body loves. And once I did that, I became addicted to it. So if you haven't really experienced what it's like to feel fully like alive and energized by only clean food in your body, like it's another level of freedom from all this brain fog. Don't buy anything that's on the shelf
buy stuff that the sun has touched, right? That's the philosophy. Just want to say I'm out. This is it. I'm about to eat, and then I'm about to chill, do some work on the laptop, and call it a day. I might hit the hot tub, but gonna edit this video right now. So thanks for watching. If you want to learn more about breaking into remote sales or anything like that, subscribe below to my newsletter, and you could just directly send me like a reply to any email I send you. And that way, if you have any questions about anything, you can reach me there. But otherwise, hope to see you in another one. Peace. Enjoyed spending the time with you. Peace.